Juli Slattery, sex expert and psychologist and authority. You've written so many helpful books, by the way, on this topic. And I know that you've addressed this subject. Help us here at Loveology. This is the guy that wants oral sex in his marriage, and his wife is saying, I don't like that. I'm not doing that. What do you say?
Yeah, well, first of all, there's a difference between a wife who says, I don't like that, and a wife who says, that triggers me. And
Mm,
I think this is really important. Probably about a third of married women have some form of sexual abuse or trauma in their past.
yeah.
And for many of them, oral sex is something that was part of the abuse. And so, if it's a triggering activity, I would say to that husband, you need to honor that. You don't want sex to ever feel like an unsafe place. Now, it doesn't mean that a woman can't work through those triggers through some trauma counseling, and she might not be able to grow in that area. But I would be very sensitive to that. Now, there are women who are just like, I just don't like it. It grosses me out. And I really do believe at some level we need to learn to grow as lovers. And what made me uncomfortable 20 years ago, hopefully doesn't make me uncomfortable today. Sex is like anything else. You have to try new things. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone to grow as a lover. And so I think there's a place not for demand, not you have to do this to me, but an invitation of what would it look for like for us just to be more adventurous, to try some new things, so that we can continue to grow as lovers. And I think that's a very appropriate request in marriage.
That's so helpful. But at the same time, it is a balance. I'm hearing you say this, and I so agree that the guy can't use this as manipulation and say, hey, well, if you
No.
don't do this for me, I'm going to go do this with pornography or what I could be unfaithful because I'm not getting my needs met. You need to respect that woman. And especially, as you said on the front end here, Julie, if she has been through some kind of trauma and this is a triggering thing, this is where marriage is all about love and respect
Yeah.
and empathy and sensitivity. And so many guys don't get that message. And I'm so glad you're underscoring that. At the same time, saying, hey, also, if you're in a place where it's not a triggering thing, it's just kind of a preference, maybe you can experiment a little bit, right? At least take
Yeah.
some little steps in that direction, perhaps.
Right. Or to give each other love gifts. Not only in the sexual area, but in other areas. We do things for one another out of love every now and then to just say, this is a special treat. And sometimes oral sex is like that for a couple where it's like, hey, I just really want to bless you tonight. And I think that kind of attitude, again, is building love. It's building intimacy. It's not demanding. It's not withholding,
Yeah.
but it's each person in the couple learning how do we love each other well.
So helpful. Julie, thank you.
Sure.